It's official. A research experiment has confirmed what researchers have been fearing for so long. After weeks and months of thinking, I've discovered what no one wants you to know. It's some scatterbrain notes and a bunch of Reddit crap. But hey, isn't everything on the internet supposed to be true?
That is true.
AI is a Pandora's box. The question is whether research on it will give us control over the future or take it away from us. Some people like Sam Moment think AI is software we're either very excited about or very nervous about. However, to understand what is going on and what has aroused the fears of the scientific community, we have to go back to April 2023. That month, researchers Daniel A. Boyko, Robert McKnight, and Gabe Gomes published a paper entitled Emergent Scientific Capabilities of Large Language Models. This paper demonstrated how large language models such as GPT-4 can autonomously design, plan, and execute scientific experiments. Now, that's creepy. The researchers highlighted the potential benefits and dangers of these rapidly advancing capabilities, and stated that guardrails need to be put in place to prevent potential misuse. Their call to action cited several AI companies, urging them to make the best possible security efforts for their large linguistic models. It is well known that pre-trained generative linguistic models with transformers such as GPT-3 and 4 have greatly advanced the field of artificial intelligence. As AI research advances at an unprecedented pace, it is only natural that researchers explore the possibilities and implications of these new capabilities, including the possibility that we may end up slaves to our iPhones. As Daniel Boyko, Robert McKnight, and Gabe Gomes wrote, all the other major players to push the strongest possible effort on safety of their LLMs to ensure safe and responsible development and use of these technologies. To illustrate this, we can explore three recent notable advances in AI research. First, Google's attention mechanism, called transformers, revolutionized the design of neural networks. 2. Meanwhile, Microsoft and OpenAI collaborated on sparks of AGI, research that could lay the foundation for artificial general intelligence, AGI. 3. Finally, I want us to look at the recent Emergent Autonomous Scientific Research Capabilities of Large Language Models paper. That demonstrates that large language models can perform complex scientific research tasks guided by human instructions. These advances indicate that AI systems could match or surpass human intelligence within this decade. And I don't think they will have too much trouble, considering that we are getting dumber and dumber. But what does this mean for us? And what kind of future lies ahead? The decisions we make today will determine the future impact of AI on all of humanity, for the better or worse. With the ability to create intelligent agents that can think, advanced enough to be an agent system that is capable of autonomously designing, planning, and executing complex scientific experiments, and research such as AlphaFold creating magic cancer drugs in just 30 days. AI systems can predict 5-year breast cancer risk more accurately than standard tools already. And this impact comes with two main pros and cons, best stated in this paper. 1. The proposed machine learning system has numerous broader potential impacts on science, technology, and society. By automating the design, planning, and execution of experiments, the system can significantly accelerate scientific research in various fields. 2. Implementing robust security measures and continuously updating data sources are essential steps to mitigate potential negative consequences, such as the proliferation of harmful substances or the misuse of powerful machine learning tools for nefarious purposes. With the potential of this progress comes the good and the bad, and we must steer towards the good, no matter what, while steering away from the bad. That sounds much easier said than done, especially when trillions of dollars are at stake. It's only a matter of time before some researcher ends up selling out humanity, get even more filthy rich than he is. Nevertheless, All this leads us to believe that we are at the turning point in the history of technology. The history books, written by man or machine, will depend on how the advances progress. But one thing is certain, relying on a white guy in a turtleneck with plans for an ever-optimistic future is probably not in our best interest. The robots aren't going to stop. When they go after you, your family, and your dog. Yes, even your dog. As distant as this all sounds, the consequences are much closer than you might imagine. We are seeing that intelligent agents, which I will refer to in this video as IAs, are no longer just chatbots. They can and will do some things that normally belong to the world of science fiction and fantasy. Things like auto-GPT are fun concepts, but IAs are the real deal. Here's a message from Nathan Labens, who was part of the GPT-4 Red Team, openly said regarding this. It seems like a machine to which we can offload real cognitive tasks will be available for the first time. Some might say, well, that's just a calculator. Don't we already have Google? My rebuttal is this paper called Generative Agents, Interactive Simulation of Human Behavior. Like Stardew Valley meets The Sims. The scientists put 25 IAs into a sandbox. These agents are designed to simulate believable human behavior, doing daily tasks equivalent to activities, developing beliefs, and starting dialogues. They literally reflect and remember past days as they plan, I repeat, their next day. I'm not joking with this bit. I know people who work 9 to 5 jobs that aren't able to do these basic level cognitive task loads. The only thing these people have in common with the agents is their ability to express emojis. Now, back to the paper. These agents have 3 components: memory stream, reflection, and planning. The memory stream stores the agent's experiences in natural language. The reflection component takes the memory and synthesizes it into high-level inferences over time. And finally, the planning component converts those results into elaborate action plans. There doesn't seem to be anything basic about it. It's not just a Google calculator disguised as something else. To continue with my explanation, I want to introduce you to a man who studied at Oxford and Cambridge and has worked for the Future of Humanity Institute as an intern. He has also worked in the AGI security team at DeepMind, undoubtedly one of the top 3 AI labs, and he currently works in the AI governance team at OpenAI, arguably the #1 AI lab in the world. Your old friend, Obama. Just kidding. I'm talking about Richard Nigo. This guy has been a part of 4 papers in the past 2.5 years alone and has written a whole alignment curriculum. I will link a website down below that links to all of his socials. But you might ask, okay, what does this have to do with the video? All you have shown me so far is that you're a massive fanboy. Get to the point. Well, first.
Now you know how we felt when you kept doing that touch.
Pause it.
Uh-oh.
First of all, dumbasses, you were being transphobic.
And second, I am not totally using this segment to geek out about one of my heroes.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious. Fine, I admit it. I'm a fanboy. On May 4th, 2023, Richard Nigo released a post titled Clarifying and Predicting AGI. In it, he breaks down the t-AGI framework. Great, another big word. In simple terms as possible, it breaks AGI into a spectrum of its capabilities from, for instance, 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, and so on, all the way up to 1 year. T refers to time to accomplish the task. beating the majority of experts at cognitive tasks in the time span. Too many people act like they will suddenly release AGI, and boom, everything will change. That's why it's important to be well informed. So, if you want to be informed or have enjoyed this video so far, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Reading all of these documents, editing this video, and checking all of these facts has taken me a lot of time. I mean a lot of time. Therefore, even a single comment would make all my effort worthwhile. As I was saying, AIs are not black and white. They are in a gray area and are hotly debated. Here's an interview with Sam Altman that explains it better.
How much control do you give a user? Who decides what the limits of the value system are? And that'll be a tough question for society to wrestle with. There's not an obvious one sentence, neatly buttoned up answer. But the technology, I think, has gone much further than people thought it was going to in terms of being able to align these models to behave in certain ways.
But here's where things get interesting. As this blog post progresses, we can better understand the future. In just 1 second, AGIs can perform basic tasks like grammar correction. Give them a minute, and they can perform common sense reasoning, justifying an opinion, and do basic computational tasks like blurring a photo in Photoshop. And the most frightening and surprising part is that they are better at these tasks than we are. Now, imagine what they would be able to do in an hour. AIs can do most white-collar job tasks, pass exams, and write short articles easily. And they're learning to be therapeutic assistants, run errands online, and understand the rules of new games. This is surely a historic milestone in a world where AIs learn these games at a decent level and be all but expert players. So, the myth that AI will become a threat at the AGI or ASI levels is simply wrong. It would be more accurate to describe it by asking when we will encounter dangerous artificial intelligence. Will it happen in a decade, a week, or an hour? And will it develop capabilities we didn't anticipate and may cause things to spiral out of control? More importantly, is it already happening? Or is it too late to prevent Sam Altman's fears from becoming reality? All of these questions are valid and should be taken seriously. However, this is getting a bit long, so I'll save the rest for the next video, where I'll talk about the dangers that lie ahead before AI becomes smarter than us, along with the biggest fear that has caused Sam Altman to lose sleep. So, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the little notification bell, and do all those things that YouTubers usually ask you to do at the end of their videos. I'll see you next time.